Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, April 4th, 2015. In the Lynn Body Mind, Paul and I have the wheel jointly. This is Luce. In the Jamie Body Mind, Glenn is at the wheel, and Garth, one of our new co-workers, is with him. We have other people above and below. Our team is all here, but there are a lot of names, so we'll address that as it arises. Our intention, as always, is to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to trigger the awakening right now. And that's enough for it to begin.
Feels like we're in that room again, the Galactic Confederation, where Garth had been working with that group for a while. And the makeup of the group is a little bit different now. A little bit fewer people, and everyone.
And all these people are planets. Are they all planets? Let's test. Most of them are, but let's just test. Is there anything? Are there any angels? I don't really feel any angels.
I don't feel angels. There are
any Christ presences? Not that I noticed.
No. There are non-planets that feel like asteroid belts.
Like comets and asteroid belts. Yes, like
non-planets. But they're here.
Non-planets that are also physical dimension presences in Wallup, the galaxy known as Wallup.
That's true.
And we've all been working to spin around the galactic central axis, and we see how Earth is in fact slowly migrating toward the central axis. It's like watching a fish swim upstream.
Yes, it's true.
Our assignment is to have Earth be at the central axis of the galaxy known as Wallup. Again, our own dimension is a subatomic particle inside of this galaxy.
That's true.
But we have the experience of knowing how that is now that we have other teams working in our own subatomic levels.
Yes.
For example, Charles, Fernando, and Herb, they're working in the subatomic levels of all of Earth as best we can tell.
That's true.
But only of Earth as best we can tell.
That's true.
And my story about it, which may or may not be correct, is that the reason they're doing that is so they can see what effect their work has, because Earth has already been kind of like crossed off, written off as a lost cause. It's like a terminal patient. What do I know? I know that we test drugs, really risky drugs, on people who are terminally ill anyway.
That's
because
true.
Maybe it will help them, and maybe it won't. It's experimental therapy. It's terminally ill. Why not?
That's true.
And so Earth is terminally ill. Why not try this experimental therapy? Charles, Fernando, and Herb seem to be a real believer in burning at the subatomic level.
That's true.
And I like burning. I'm on board with Phoenix work. So let's merge and burn for all of us. Here in Earth and here in the galaxy known as Wallup, because Earth is moving to Galactic Central.
That's true.
It's all burn. Oh, and it really has this sense of almost like a prayer circle at a spiritual gathering or something. We all pause and burn. It feels great.
That's true.
We're giving up our own stuff. Let's explain. We're burning our own lives, that which we have, that which we are, that which we hold dear. Everything that we're holding on to, we burn. That which is real won't burn.
That's true.
And this is the only way we can it's not the only way. This is an effective way to clear away the untruths in our life that we're clinging to as if it's life itself.
That's true.
So yes, let's merge and burn, and stretch longer also. I look at Earth stretching longer, and it looks like all the surface is up top, like in an old flat Earth drawing.
Yes.
And the interior is drawing down longer. It's strange. It looks like all the surface level stuff is becoming the scalp or the head, perhaps, of planet Earth, and down at the feet is what was the center of the planet.
That's true.
What do I know? I know that things turning inside out in a toroidal fashion is part of the flow of life.
That's true.
And as we stretch Earth like this, the interior becomes the exterior, and the exterior becomes the interior.
That's
and
true.
we stir our own energy bodies that way.
That's
so
true.
this seems like a good idea to me.
So far, so good.
Merging, burning, stretching,
burning.
and turning inside out.
That's true.
Let's invite all of us to do this.
That's true.
All of us here at this Galactic Confederation, I'm not sure what to call it.
Yes.
Garth's group is how I think
Yeah.
of it. Me, Luce, I think of it as Garth's group.
That's true.
Everybody here is a member of Galaxy Wallup one way or another, at one level or another, one dimension or another.
That's true.
My attention is brought to the feet and to Black Wolf down there in the feet, quote unquote, of Earth.
That's true.
Let's see if we can get more air and more light and more water down to him, more support. He's got the toughest job.
That's true.
But he doesn't look unhappy. He looks
No.
like he's had a tough go. Like he's got
Yeah.
some bruises and bumps on him and
That's true.
scars, visible scars.
That's true.
In all stages of healing. Like some are fresh.
That's true.
So, but he looks pretty, you know, he actually looks a little angry.
Yeah.
You
little
know?
bit.
It's like, this is so horrible down here and no one's helping, and
That's
how
true.
can that be? And so, Garth, we again invite people from your group, people being asteroids and planets and
Yes,
whatnot,
That's true.
to step into the subatomic level with Black Wolf and just see how it is, and then you'll know how it is for your own subatomic particles. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's true.
And then you'll be able to make decisions with that awareness in a way that is impossible for you to do now. Until we have lived as an ant, we don't see ants as important or having feelings
That's true.
or being of equal value as we are. Until we have lived as a bacterium, we see bacteria as something that's harmful to our presence, and we don't see that their value is equal to ours.
That's true.
So we invite these asteroids and comets and planetary presences, if Garth's group, to, if you wish, you can use us as vessels, moving through these vessels, which are subatomic particles,
Yes.
to subatomic particles of us, down where Black Wolf is.
Yes.
See how it is down there. You can if you want.
I see some takers.
I do too, and I feel them moving
Yeah.
through. And I see their eyes getting big
That's
eyes
true.
as they say, "Whoa!" There, now let's power up a
Yeah.
vortex. Like it seems to make the point to them that without a vortex running inside of themselves, there is deep suffering happening in the subatomic levels of their own being that they aren't even really aware of, and that it isn't helping them.
That's true.
That it's making it harder to awaken, not easier to awaken.
That's true.
And again, we say only those energies who wish to awaken come to this galactic central core. If you wish to awaken, it's like saying, meet me at the tree.
That's
Meet
true.
me at the galactic central core if you wish to awaken. Whoom! And even though Earth itself doesn't wish to awaken, it's used as the test
Subject.
Yes,
Yeah.
experiment. It's willing. We collect data here
That's true.
so that decisions can be made
That's true.
about techniques and procedures and what works and what doesn't work
That's true.
in attempting to awaken something that's good and stuck.
That's
Got
true.
it. Just collecting data here. I see Ra. He's waving, trying to get my attention.
Yeah, I see
our
that.
attention. What is it? Ra's way up,
Way, way
way up, and he's boom. Now it's just like poof, we popped up into
Yeah.
the room. He's in. This is a pretty big group he's talking to.
Yeah.
Pretty large group. He's talking to non-physical presences about what we've been learning. Charts and graphs are up behind him. What
That's
we've been
true.
learning about the importance of working on different levels simultaneously.
That's true.
And how they're approaching it only from one level, and it's making the progress, he says, achingly slow.
That's
achingly slow, and that we can cut to the chase and work in many, many different levels simultaneously. And he just kind of like shows a side view of our pillar, and look, I can see everybody waving like down at the knees. It is down at the knees. Charles and Herb and Fernando, and at the feet Black Wolf and those pretty scared looking planets who are following him. They're stuck on him like white on rice.
That's true.
It's scary where he is.
That's true.
It's being the point is being well made, that it's scary at the subatomic levels if there isn't a good vortex running down there.
That's true.
And so we see, we'll just go bottom up. Ra is saying, now here we have Black Wolf and some planetary presences who have gone in there to see, and you're welcome to, here's the tube, here's the portal, you can jump down and see for yourself how it is. I feel like there are some takers willing to jump down. And
I feel jumping.
Yeah, I feel jumping passing through.
Yeah.
Good for you. And then at the knees, Rod continues on, he's pointing, and at the knees we have Charles, Fernando, and Herb, and there are many
people
presences.
Signing up, jumping in.
And some of them that go to Black Wolf do just what's called a bounce dive.
Yeah, that's true.
They get down and say, no, not for me. And they go back up to too intense, and they go back up to where Charles, Herb, and Fernando are, and they say, well, by comparison, this is very livable.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
And then there's some others that bubble up to this level and say, well, by comparison, this is not bad.
That's true.
It's a planet crazy, but and so we can't leave, we can't go out, but here there's a safe place, a secure compound.
That's true.
Now it's got some deficiencies, like
That's
gaps
true.
in the wall. It looks like holes in the dike or dam or something. But, we're working on that, and there's a feeling, well, so who's here? Well, it's Luce and Paul. We change out with Ra as we get exhausted with making the presentations. We come here to hold space.
That's true.
Mix it up.
That's true.
We have Garth, we have Glenn here, Sam and Asha in the back room, working with projects that are related.
That's true.
It has to do with discovering what works and what doesn't work.
That's true. Big something pouring down. Bloom.
Yes. So we let it move through this level, sending it down to the knees where Charles, Herb, and Fernando are. And again, it's the knees of planet Earth.
Yes.
If Earth were turned kind of inside out.
That's true.
So it's near to the central core of Earth.
That's true.
And then down to the feet, which is the central core of Earth, and that's where Black Wolf is. And it's a scary place, but he has enough people coming through on a tour that it looks like they're it's kind of like writing checks, like making donations to the, wow, this group needs funding.
That's true.
And they're donating to that cause, and they're coming up to Charles, Herb, and Fernando and seeing that they need funding also, and coming up to this level and seeing, well, they need funding also.
That's true.
And then, poof, back out the top.
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like a pulley system now, but it's with these beings, these non-physical beings, higher dimension beings that Ra is making presentations to.
That's true.
And he's getting them going. He puts them in an elevator that takes them to the bottom floor.
That's
Boom.
true.
Like, show them that first. That's where the help is needed most. That's where the situation is most dire.
That's true.
Phew! And many of them just, like the elevator doors open, they go, ah! And some of them stay on the elevator, but most of them have at least the courage to get off and take the little tour.
Take the walk, that's
right. True. And many of them seem to be writing checks. I could be wrong.
Yes, true.
But they seem to be donating to Black Wolf's cause.
That's true.
And then the ride up seems to stop at every floor.
Level. That's true.
And so they stop at the Charles, Herb, Fernando level, and
that's true.
People see that their need is strong also, and I see Herb explaining their needs.
Yes,
and
that's true.
And it's about outreach, and they get that, and then they come up here at this level, and we explain our needs. Basically the issue is how to create a safe portal.
That's true.
with as little contact with Planet Crazy as possible.
That's true.
Absolutely minimal contact, and how to do that. It's the trick.
That's true.
And that funding is needed on all levels.
And they seem to get that.
They get that. And so again, we ask them, if this this access system is of value to you, that this must be funded, all levels must be funded. If Garth's work, if Black Wolf's work is of value to you, then it must be funded. If Charles, and Fernando, if their work is of value to you, then it must be funded.
That's
because
true.
we're all living in physical dimensions. None of this is non-physical.
That's true.
The beings who are touring are non-physical.
That's true.
And so they're touring through various physical dimensions. And here it's a real thing. We must actually cook food. It takes time. We must have money. We can't spend grace like currency here. There must be a conversion of the grace into currency. This is real. We have to actually get clean ourselves. It's a process. And it's the same where Black Wolf is. It's the same where Charles, and Fernando are.
That's true.
These are all physical dimensions.
Nodding. I'm seeing lots of nodding.
I am too. And they're saying, well, why doesn't the planet where you are pay its own bills? And we're saying, well, this is planet Earth. It's already terminally ill. It's a condemned planet.
That's true.
But it's the value that it has is because it's condemned terminally ill. Well, then this is the perfect place to try out the experimental therapies.
That's true.
That's why we're working in this planet, because it's toast.
That's true.
And therefore it has such little life force that it's almost dead.
That's true.
And so if you wish to fund this research, then hey, it's up to you.
That's true.
We didn't check Pan's work in the nature realm, so it's just Pan doesn't seem to really want these beings.
No, he doesn't.
I understand. Okay.
That's true.
I totally get that. He seems to say, no, that's it's quite okay.
Yeah, no thanks.
Don't help us.
Don't help us.
It is disruptive. Okay. Got it. It does seem as though Pan's work in the nature realms is not on Earth. It seems to be everything but Earth.
That's true.
So that we can get a good test of how Black Wolf's efforts and Charles, and Fernando's efforts play out.
That's true.
So Pan's work in the nature realms, it's like he's showing me the map of all the nature realms, and there's just a little cutout hole around planet Earth. Every
That's
place
true.
but there. Got it. That makes sense. We
That's
understand.
true.
Thank you. Straightening up this pillar. It's kind of like crazy ride through the darkness.
That's true.
Straightening it up and sending the grace down. I'm getting a lot of neck and head signals, just like pulley the system, get grace river flowing downward at the back.
Whoosh. Big airs sliding up.
Huge errors sliding up. These are errors from millennia.
That's true.